Happy New Year. Makis Gerontopoulos, international arbiter and lecturer from Thessaloniki, Greece, and with my very good friend, the arbiter Mark Bryan from Cyprus. We are going to discuss about the changes, the table changes, about the new FIDE laws of chess 2023. So, Mark, you can introduce the 24th episode. Yes, it's okay. Yes.
Hello? Now it works.
Yes.
Hi, so welcome everyone. We will look at the FIDE laws of chess that are coming into force on the 1st of January 2023. So, as you can see, we can see the changes tables in front of us. And in the first most important change is that the laws they have changed the he, him, and his to she and her. Okay, so they put he slash she, him slash her, his slash her. Yes. So this is one of the biggest changes. And then they have changed the competitive rules. Competition rules has been changed to competitive rules of play. And one of the major changes actually is when you resign. So before, players would resign and the game would be declared lost, even if it was stalemate. So if a player resigned a stalemate position, it would have been lost. Now, a stalemate position is a draw. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
So a lot of so now when a player resigns, the arbiter is required to make sure that the position is actually that it's not drawn. Okay, that the player basically cannot can win the game, so the opponent can win the game. This is a better way to say it. Yes, and then we have here on 6.2.1.1, the move ends the game. They've changed it to 9.6 instead of 9.6.1 and 9.6.2. So yes, Makis, for this one.
Yes. If is there any question? If someone wants to ask about what Article 9.6 is talking about, I don't know if is there any question. Otherwise, we can read it after the analysis. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, we can look at any other laws of chess that are asked in the questions. Yes.
I will. Otherwise, I will continue with number 5, the current law and the new law about the Article 6.11.4. If a player stops the clock, the chess clock, in order to seek the arbiter's assistance, the arbiter shall determine whether the player had any valid reason for doing so. If the player had no valid reason for stopping the chess clock, the player shall be penalized in accordance with Article 12.9. And the new law 6.11.4, if a player pauses the chess clock in order to seek the arbiter's assistance, the arbiter shall determine whether the player had any valid reason for doing so. If the player had no valid reason for pausing the chess clock, the player shall be penalized in accordance with Article 12.9.
Yeah, so here they changed the word pauses with stops.
Yes.
Yes, this is what they changed.
Yes, and
because here the
12.9
stops
is
clock.
the warning, it's the actions about the behavior of the player.
Yeah, because stops, maybe a player will just switch it off, yes?
Yes, that's right. Stop the game and try to pause a game for a while, for some minutes. Stops meaning the meaning of the stop is for a long time.
Yeah.
Or to stop for resign or something else to make to give a result of the game. If is there no any question, I can continue with number
continue.
6. Yes. Article 8.1.1. In the course of play, each player is required to record his own moves and those of his opponent in the correct manner, move after move, as clearly and legibly as possible in the algebraic notation Appendix C on the score sheet prescribed for the competition. And the new law about the changes, Article 8.1.1, in the course of play, each player is required to record his own moves and those of his opponent in the correct manner, move after move, as clearly as legibly as possible in one of the following ways. Article 8.1.1.1, by writing the algebraic notation Appendix C on the paper score sheet prescribed for the competition.
I
Article,
think we will need to see the new FIDE certified electronic score sheets.
Yes, you can do that later on.
Yeah,
Also,
we'll
the
do that at
Appendix
the end
C.
of the episode. What are the electronic score sheets?
Yes. Also, 8 with the red letters, 8.1.1.2, by entering moves on the FIDE certified electronic score sheet prescribed for the competition.
Yep.
Is there any question here?
No questions so far.
Otherwise, we can close with this picture, with this page, with number 9. 8.1.2. It is forbidden to write the moves in advance unless the player is claiming a draw according to Article 9.2 or 9.3 or adjourning a game according to guidelines I.1.1. And the new law, the changes on Article 8.1.2, it is forbidden to record the moves in advance unless the player is claiming a draw according to Article 9.2 or 9.3 or adjourning a game according to guidelines I.1.1. If there are no questions, you can go on, Mark, with the new page with number 10.
So
and
here,
we can discuss later on.
Yep, with on 8.1.1.6, the change is instead of writing the moves down, since now it's not plainly writing the moves, you can also use an electronic score sheet. They have changed the rules to say recording. The same with 8.3.
Yes.
It says here an electronic score sheet with an evident defect shall be replaced by the arbiter. So basically, again, the electronic score sheet is a lot with the arbiters way. At the conclusion of the game, both players shall sign both score sheets indicating the result. And here again, since electronic score sheets do not have signatures, it will be approved the result on the electronic score sheets. And this is something that is very important. Even if incorrect, this result shall stand. I had this recently where both players signed a score sheet that one player won, but it was actually a different result. So it's very important. It's very important that arbiters take care when to make sure that the result is actually correct on the score sheets. So here again, so 9.2.1.1, again, it's not first writes his move, so which cannot be changed by writing it on the paper score sheet or entering it on the electronic score sheet. So these are mainly changes on how it's written, because it's not more written, it's recording. So what are these 4 changes all about? Let's continue with the next one.
Yes, with number 14.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Is there any questions?
No. The question
Okay.
is, where can we find feed what is it called? These electronic score sheets.
Yes. 9.3.1. He writes his move, which cannot be changed, on his score sheet and declares to the arbiter his intention to make this move, which will result at last 50 moves by each player having been made without the movement of any pawn and without any capture. Or the new law, 9.3.1. She indicates her move, which cannot be changed by writing it on the paper score sheet or entering it on the electronic score sheet, and declares to the arbiter her intention to make this move, which will result at the last 50 moves by each player having been made without the movement of any pawn and without any capture. These are the changes. Is there any question? And number 15, 12.2.7, follow the anti-cheating rules or guidelines. Follow the fair play rules or guidelines. Here I add the fair play rules. Apart from the cheating rules.
Yeah.
Number 16, point 3, the penalties mentioned in Article 7 and 9 of the rules of competitive chess shall be 1 minute instead of 2 minutes. We can mention that on Rapid and Blitz.
Yes.
Number 17, B.2, the penalties mentioned in Articles 7 and 9 of the competition rules shall be 1 minute instead of 2 minutes. Repealed, yes. We can see that later on.
Yes, it has been repealed because it has moved to rapid.
Yes. Guidelines. Introduction. The following guidelines are here to assist in organizing events where they are needed. While they are not part of FIDE laws of chess, it is strongly recommended that they are used across all events where applicable.
Yes.
You can move and introduce the last page, Mark, number 19.
Yes, and this is here about, again, this is about what is it called? Adjournments. These laws here.
Yes.
The changes are the his, her, and about the notation being on a paper score sheet. It specifies that it needs to be on paper. It cannot
Yes.
be on an electronic score sheet. And this is the changes that we have so far. So we're going to move to the FIDE website, where we will look at some other changes.
Yes.
So we're looking at the FIDE title regulations that are applied from the 1st of January 2023. One of the main changes, I think we've already mentioned this before, is but I think it's very important to remember, is the submission of reports on title tournaments. that it must include a PGN file. So
Yes.
for Swiss and team tournaments, at least those games played by players who achieved title results. So at least the players playing for title results need to have their games submitted to FIDE. And if it's any other tournament, it needs to be sent all games. All games need to be sent. So, and of course, the other change here is any title application containing a norm after the 30th of
Yes.
June 2022, they have put that the norm, at least one norm must be from these tournaments below.
Also, we can here with the new changes, we can analyze the article 9.6 to
Yes.
see the audience about the new changes. We can read the article 9.6 to see the audience all the new changes. I think it's yes, somewhere. Yes, that's right. 9.6. Here you are.
Yes, so if one or both of the following included, the game is drawn. We're talking about here is a 5-time repetition and 75 moves made without a capture or a pawn move. This is 9.6.
Yes.
So the game
Also,
is
the
declared
other
draw.
changes. See the article. Just a minute, Mark. As we said, pauses unless to stop. Also, the electronic score sheet.
Yeah, this is what I was going to go through. So the electronic score sheet is in here in the FIDE guidelines.
Yes.
1 minute. Here, FIDE compliant electronic chess equipment.
Yes, that's right.
And here it's here it tells you that the endorsement procedure, the testing procedure, testing completion, and the testing reports. So the technical committee is actually in charge. The FIDE Technical Commission is in charge of this. So let's go and see the FIDE technical website. I do not think they have made up announcement yet on which
No, I haven't found that.
on which software is. Okay, they have here tournament recommendation from the 1st of August. Reports. Yeah. So there's no. I know that they published that one score sheet was one of the score sheets they were going to design FIDE with another company. But so
Yes.
far it's not approved yet. No official endorsements, I believe, except one. Here, let's just check it. FIDE Electronic.
Also, to mention the changes, the penalties on Article 7 and 9 on Article Appendix A.3 and B.2.
Let me just find. I had it here and I've lost it. FIDE and Clono. Clono and FIDE have here signed an agreement. Here. FIDE introduced the use of electronic score sheets in cooperation with Clono. So it has approved allowing the use of Clono electronic score sheet to record the moves of the game at official chess competition in replacement of traditional paper-based score sheet. So you can use a Clono score sheet app which runs on a tablet and the input is done on a graphical chessboard. So let's have a look how this works. yeah, we will actually make we'll have a stream in the near future on how this will look, how this looks like,
Yes.
where we show the system actually in force. Okay, because this is a clonal chess app that will be used as a electronic score sheet. So we will be looking at it in detail as it has as it has an official endorsement from FIDE. Okay.
Yes.
So
Also to see the appendix about the penalties, and we can close the stream.
okay, we have another question
Or
about the
otherwise, is there any
FIDE
question
circuit.
to analyze with the audience?
Yes, we have some questions about the FIDE circuit. We'll have a
Yes.
look at that as well. As you said, the appendix.
Yes, 8.3 and B.2.
Actually, the laws of chess has I think they've taken blitz and rapid extra. If I'm not mistaken. No, they haven't.
Yes.
Okay, so here. So here 8.3 is where they have added that an electronic score sheet must be replaced by the arbiter. Okay, and then we switch. Which other one you said? Article?
About Article 7 and Article 9 about the penalties, and the appendix are A.3 and B.2.
Yes, so here in the rapid and blitz, now rapid, say the penalty article shall be 1 minute instead of 2 minutes.
Yes, that's right.
So this is what they have done in the rapid chess. Before it used to be 2 minutes. In rapid,
Yes.
now it's only 1 minute.
1 minute.
And in blitz, it is valid as well. Okay.
Nah.
And this is in case of not if the competitive rules of play, yes. This is if we do not have sufficient supervision. Okay. Any other questions? And now we're going to go to look at the FIDE circuit.
But in a standard game, it's 2 minutes in an illegal move.
Yes, if it's a supervised game. Yes. If there's
Yes.
enough supervision, yes. So, for the FIDE circuit, for this, we're not going to do too much about the point system. We're looking mainly at which events are eligible. So if you have an event that finishes in 2023 with at least 8 players, at least 7 rounds, with your 8 highest rated players having an average of at least 2550 at the start of the tournament, and your chief arbiter is an IA, and you use the recommended fair play procedures, and have at least 3 national federations, and not more than 50% of the 20 highest rated players are from the same federation, then you have a tournament that is eligible to be part of the FIDE Circuit 2023. National championships do not need to have at least 3 federations, and age is as well. So for example, the Cyprus Chess Championship will not be able because our 8 highest rated players are not over 2550. So this is here for very high level tournaments.
Yes.
Okay.
Also,
and
the
it's
last
very
one.
high. The anti-cheating regulations is very important. Very, very
Also,
important.
just to read the article 9.2 and 9.3.
Okay.
Or about the recording of the moves. we have a little changes.
Yes, those changes are mainly the wording of adding
9.3, just to mention that for the audience. Yes, that's right. 9.2,
here where it says
9.3.
has been changed to writing it on the paper score sheet or entering it into the electronic score sheet. So they've added that.
Yes.
And here it has been recording the move instead of writing the move.
Yes.
This is
That
what they
cannot be
have changed.
changed. Yes.
So it's mainly a wording change. Laws-wise, it's the resignation that has been changed, and the time penalty for rapid and blitz. For rapid, not for blitz, for rapid.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's mainly word changes in the wording. Okay, then.
Is there any question, Mark?
No questions, no. So let me go.
Say 9.6, and also the last one 9.6, and we can close.
9.6. No, we did 9.6 already.
Yes, Karen, yes. Because it is mentioned on the changes, so we are okay.
Yes. So next week we have a tutorial. We'll be doing a pre-tournament tutorial on what needs to be done before an event.
Yes, that's
we will
right.
be covering arbiters meeting,
Technical meeting,
captain's meeting, all of this, how the pre-arbiter setup works of an event.
how to introduce the appeals committee, how to choose the members.
Yes, all of the startup of the event.
Yes, it's very useful
up to the opening ceremony.
It's
This
very
is
useful
for next week.
Arbiters and organizers and tournament directors.
Yes, so stay tuned.
Yes.
And see you next week.
Next week, good night from Makis Gerontopoulos and Mark Bryan. See you next Wednesday. Good night.